Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Class 8 English, Unit 3 Travel in Space, Lecture number 3. In today's class, we will do Reading Comprehension Exercise A, page number 49. In this exercise, you have to answer the following questions. The first question is write at least 4 things that prepare a shuttle for takeoff. The answer is number 1. The shuttle is powered up with ground supplied electricity and the computer system is loaded with software, means the computer system is loaded with instructions to operate. Number 2. Liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen are pumped into the fuel cell tanks and helium is used to activate the main engine. Number 3. Communication and navigation equipment is checked as the shuttle is prepared for independent operation. Number 4. The terminal countdown demonstration test is done. Question number 2. What is MECO? When does it happen? MECO stands for Main Engine Cut Off. This happens after the blast off. Question number 3. Write the names of the people in the shuttle. What were their designations, means positions, and what were their duties? Make a table. So you have to make a table just like that. You have to make 3 different columns, one for the names of the crew members, one for their designations, and one for their duties. For example, number 1, Miss Sana was the part of the crew and her designation was that she was a teacher and her duty was to broadcast 2 lessons from the space shuttle for school children. General Atif was a general and his duty is not mentioned, so you can simply write not mentioned. Then Major Adnan was the satellite engineer. He was supposed to study the effects of weightlessness on fluids, means liquids, using plastic models filled with liquid. And he was supposed to learn about the optimum shape of fuel tanks in which the fuel is kept. Miss Tasneem was the crew member. Her duty was to retrieve an old satellite. Miss Marjan was the payload specialist and her job was to monitor the cargo and fuel and make sure they launch off with the same amount of weight that they have. Number 6, Akib Ahmed was a pilot and his job was that he was in charge of navigation of the spaceship. And Muhammad Mustafa was the co-pilot. His work was to assist the pilot, to accompany the pilot in the navigation of the spaceship. Question number 4, write the details of the full-scale dress rehearsal for launch. The answer is the dress rehearsal is also called the terminal countdown demonstration test. As mentioned in question number 1, the terminal countdown demonstration test is basically the dress rehearsal in which number 1, the crew members strapped into their seats in the cockpit and participate in the terminal countdown. Then the astronauts practice emergency procedures at the launch pad in case of a speedy exit is required. So they practice an emergency exit in case of an emergency. Number 3, the cargo required for the mission is placed in the payload bay and tested. Question number 5, why was Miss Sana selected, and state all the reasons you can think of. So the reason why Miss Sana was selected is that firstly the OIC had decided to launch their own shuttle into the space and they wanted an educator, they wanted a teacher on board. Miss Sana was a teacher and she was fond of spaceships, and because of her interest and her interview for this position, she was selected to educate the youth about space. Your homework for today is to note down all the questions and answers in your literature notebook and learn them by heart. I will see you in the next class. Until then, take care and Allah Hafiz.